everyone? I hope everyone is having a good morning. Welcome on in. Ellie, thank you for the early morning horn. And good, welcome on in. I hope you're doing good. I still have cha-cha-cha. Yeah, honestly, same. Cha-cha-cha. My sister's crown. Po. I think those are the ones that are stuck in my head mostly. It's those three, just going round and round and round. Let me wait. There we go. Hello, hi. Dear good morning. Please ignore the ever-growing pile of fabric behind me. I'm moving stuff around. And so my fabric pile is just becoming a little bit out of control. The rest of the room, however, is very under control. It's just that, which happens to be front and center on my camera frame. Hey, look, going out, we'll be back later, or have a lovely day. I might not see you then, Jason, because we're only doing a little stream today, but I hope you have a lovely weekend. I hope you're doing well. I am doing good. So later today, I am going to go visit my family, and I will be away until Tuesday. I'm very excited because it'll be a proper breakaway. That's it's a positive and a negative in that, like, the positive of going to see my family is they have really bad internet, so I am kind of just cut off while I'm there. Obviously, negative is if anybody tries to message me, I probably won't see it. But the positive is it is very much a break because you are completely cut off from the internet, and good luck accessing anything online without using all of your data. Oh dear, sad. I'm sorry, Jason. I can't go for too long today. Oh dear, I'm a Yank. We don't usually do Eurovision. I mean, I think it's becoming a bigger thing worldwide, right? Like, more and more I see other countries interested in Eurovision. I think as well, I always recommend it to any Americans I know who are in the LGBT. I'm like, listen, you're gonna want to watch Eurovision. Like, you'll like this. There's a lot of representation. It's very open. It's all about love and acceptance and stuff. You give it a go. And definitely not politics. There's definitely no politics in Eurovision. No, couldn't be Eurovision. Oh, dear. Gazy fam, yeah! I'm so excited. So they did visit very briefly last month. For like a couple hours, but I wasn't able to go on holiday with them because of COVID, because some of them got COVID, unfortunately, and so I'm high risk, so I can't just go and hang out with people who have COVID. And then technically I can. It's a free world. I could go do that, but I don't want to be in bed for a month again. would like to spend some time outside of bed. Dear. The only thing, I've been relating Eurovision to the Super Bowl for a lot of people in the fact that it's like a community thing that everyone comes together to watch it, and it's not just about the songs, it's also the dances and the intermission and all the silly stuff and the cheesy stuff. There's normally a fair amount of gay in there. It's great. Winter, oh my god, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. I hope things are going good for you. Welcome. We are doing a baby stream today, little baby stream, not too long. Also, speaking of little baby, I undid all the work I did yesterday because I got grumpy about it. and so what I've done for the meantime is ignore that, that's a new thing. I've like sewn off the arms so they stop fraying so that I have some time to think about it, and then I've recut an arm and I'm going to be starting again. The arms were too short and I didn't like how they were sitting, and I was like, no, I'm not liking this, so I just took them off, and that's what I did yesterday. I actually just ruined my own work rather than doing any extra off stream. I made my life harder. Howdy. I hope you are doing good. Oh my god, what is this? Part of the costume. I don't know which part, but a part. Excuse me. Yeah, for anyone who hasn't been here this week, we are doing a cosplay side quest. I am making this character from Honkai Rail because I'm obsessed with Honkai Rail. I am playing it every day. The fact that I won't be able to play it for 4 days, I will have withdrawal. I wouldn't be very surprised if the first stream we do coming back will be mainly Honkai Rail because I have been very addicted to it, and I've just unlocked the second world, and I really want to go run around in it, but I can't do that for this weekend, so I'm gonna have time off it. Which, you know what is it? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Maybe I'll be even more obsessed with it when I get back. Oh dear. Ayo. Wait, I'm probably saying this wrong. Ayo Al de Grant. Hello. My name's not Grant though, but hello. Oh dear. Hi Skull, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Where is it? Oh my god, it's Sussy George. Welcome on in. I saw your nipple comments. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. Dem shared them with me. I was actually also there, but Dem shared them with me anyway. Oh dear. Sometimes I wish I was a cat or a panda. Honestly, understandable. Pandas seem to need a lot of assistance, so I feel like cats are a bit more like they can look after themselves. Oh, I see. Says Ayo, what she saw. I did see. I was there. I was lurking because I was a bit ill, but I was there. And yeah, and then Dem, just to make sure that I didn't miss it, also sent me a DM with it, and I was like, oh yeah, that's sus George talking about sus nipples. Live on stream. You know, I shouldn't be surprised after the bondage stream the other day, but you know, I did catch me a little off guard. Thing is, I did know the context because I had heard people talking about it before, so I wasn't like, hey, oh wait, okay, wee. George did an amazing stream the other day. Jellyflesh, that's me. Yeah, George did an amazing stream the other day where they streamed tying figures up with rope. And like it was meant to be a relaxing stream, but like it was really hard to not see it. It was like, this is a thick rope going around like their ankles and their wrists and then wrapping around their waist, and it's like okay. Oh dear. Yeah, it's Zen something figures. They were inanimate. Oh yeah, they are inanimate figures. Relaxing for whomst? I mean, Zenbound 2, that's the one. Zenbound 2, yes. Relaxing game. Where you tie up figures of people doing yoga, was it? I think? It's like people in yoga poses and then you wrap rope around them, right? Yeah. I was watching at like midnight, and we were going through, because we were looking at the yoga poses, and we were going through them all and being like, can we do these yoga poses? No, we cannot. Or maybe somebody else in chat could. I could not. And now because you have them tied up. Yeah. They weren't all. Were they not all people? Is that better or worse? The people when I was there, I think it was just people, really, or like. What do you call it? Like an interpretation of a person. Yeah. Oh, because I had to go to sleep after that because it was midnight. Pepper bondage. Not allowed on Twitch. They're also. Yeah. That doesn't. I don't think that makes that better, George. I think that's digging a hole there. Oh dear, peanut butter and jellyfish jelly sandwich. I don't think I've ever had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. No, yeah, I have had one. It was. I think it's because I'm just not the biggest fan of either jelly or of jam or peanut butter. Like they're both okay. Oh dear, George speedrunning being sus. Yeah, George over the last couple of weeks has done bondage live on stream, and in other people's stream has been talking about nipples. I mean. It's just, but we already knew George was sus. We already knew. George, I think, on this channel had the suspicious person for the longest time. I think, because we don't really use the suspicious persons thing because it just makes chat harder to read. Because when someone has a suspicious person banner, they don't scroll with the rest of chat, so it's a pain. They all started the donuts. They did start the donuts. That was me. I'm sorry. Wait, I think George might have had it because I took it off you for a while ago. I think George has had it multiple times for multiple offenses. Oh dear, dream work makes the dream twerk. Yes, that's the one. It's such a cursed gift. George very, very, very sus. Offenses. The sus offenses. Oh dear, yeah. Again, this is all to say, I apologize for the mess in the background. It's because I'm moving stuff around so that I can put this stuff on the mannequin when it's finished. I undid the work we did yesterday because the arms weren't long enough. That's my fault. I did kind of shorten them. I knew I was making a mistake. That's on me. But I'm redoing that. I'm not going to work with that fabric today because I really don't want to have another nosebleed, and the reason we think I had a nosebleed yesterday is because of all the lint coming off the fabric over the last few days, because it has been very, very linty, and so like, and it's also like a shiny, like breathing in plastic, probably, which is not good. For again, I guess for anyone who wasn't here yesterday, I had to end stream early because I had a nosebleed. Fun times. But yeah, I would like to avoid having that happen. So what I'm doing is basically trying to do as much as I can to stop it linting while I work with it, so that I'm not putting myself in harm's way in stream, because I do have a lot of breathing problems, and breathing that in is probably not very good for me. It's probably not good for anyone, but for me in particular, obviously, I've only been working with it for 3 days and it's already making me bleed. So we hold off on using that. In the meantime, I have cut out some other fabric, safe fabric I don't have to worry about, so that we can start making the undershirt. Oh dear. Teamwork, my bad, it happens. I don't know if that sounds dreadful. It was, you know that, I don't know how many people regularly experience nosebleeds in chat, or have ever had like a spontaneous nosebleed, but you could see my face be like, wait a sec. Because you can feel like the heat suddenly running down the inside of your nose, and it's like, I'm either gonna like heavy snot, or I'm having a nosebleed. One or the other. So I like immediately hid my camera and it was like, great, cool, glad this is happening. And so we played words on stream for a while. We nearly beat our words on stream record while I was cleaning that up, but then I was just feeling a bit ill, because I think a lot of it went down the back of my throat, so I was like, I think I'll just end stream. I feel ill. Oh dear. Safe fabric must, yeah, not a George fabric. Definitely not a George fabric. Anime, good morning. I hope you're doing well. And Vile, good morning. And Aban, good morning. I hope you're doing well. And Visceral, yeah. Pollen dust does that to me. Yeah, it's like a... I think dust has been a big one for me over the years, because when I was downstairs as well, I was having nosebleeds, which is why I moved into this room, because downstairs was a lot more plaster dust because of all the work. And so I would get back, it was quite dramatic, because like I would walk home and then go and sit down and immediately have a nosebleed. It's like the first thing I do. I hadn't even taken my shoes off and I'd just be like, so yeah. We moved me in here so that stopped happening. You love the sleeves? They're pretty cool, right? They're nice and breathable because they're lace. Oh my god. Wait, do we all have that? Do I have it as well? Or is it just for you right now? Oh. 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 Would you look at that? Oh my god, Abba! Oh dear. New emotes rolling out. Heck yeah, Vile. Heck yeah. I'm assuming a lot of it will happen over the weekend when I won't be here, but I'll see the results of it next week. Heck yeah. Oh, the other thing I need to mention, if anybody DMs me, I probably won't see it until Monday, or Tuesday to be honest, probably because I'm coming back quite late on Monday. Tuesday or Monday will probably be when I say it. I'm sorry. My family do not have the best of internet, and my phone generally doesn't. Well, what normally happens is I'll hit a good spot of signal, or I'll get all of the messages at once. So, but also I might just not hit a good spot of signal. So I probably won't receive any messages over the weekend. If I miss you, I'm sorry. I also won't be in people's streams or anything like that, so I'll just be off the face of the planet for a few days, then back by Tuesday, hopefully. Although we'll see. The transport in Wales right now is a little bit chaotic, to say the least, so hopefully I get through. Oh dear. I went and had a look at it the other day, so because I knew it was going to be bad. So I went to one of the train stations and we did like a little test and like to go check it out. And there were trains arriving that were not signaled to arrive. And so people were panicking because trains were coming into stations where another train was about to pull in. And it was like, you know what, maybe I don't want to catch a train, maybe I'm okay, maybe I just don't need to catch a train today. This is terrifying. Like, they're all going relatively slowly, so even if they did bump, it'd probably be fine, but it's like, I don't know about this one. This doesn't feel safe. This is not what you want from your trains. Oh dear. Oh, I just thought... I thought you were calling Goat a heterosexual baby. I was like, what the fuck? Is this some kind of in-joke that I'm not aware of? You pet baby. Oh my god. How bad, it's good to see you too. Yeah. The first they're doing commissions are starting the next one over the weekend, and they got friends. Oh, lovely. After the weekend, because they got friends over. Very fair. You know, good. That sounds like they have a healthy work-life balance. Heck yeah. Oh, I have some good news. I wanted to share this publicly. We'll do like a little celebration at some point. But this is actually legitimately really good news. I think a lot of people already know this. I've been doing commissions for VTubers. I've been doing them on stream and off stream. Big thank you to anyone who commissioned me for a VTuber model, whether it be a bust up or a full model. I really appreciate it. In fact, I really appreciate it because of everyone's commissions over the last couple months, I have been able to officially register as self-employed. And we're going to be going over the paperwork for that this weekend with my family because they're also self-employed. Not only have I earned enough to have an official account now as a business, but yeah, I'm being added to the tax year for the first time in many years. I'm very grateful. Thank you. Yeah, I was like I don't want to announce it because I knew already, like, when I was doing the most recent commission, but I didn't want to announce it then because I didn't want to put any pressure on the person I was doing the commission for, because I was like, when I finish this one, I'll become a proper business lady. So yeah, I have now got, which I'm really grateful for, because PayPal accounts, the original one they give you for business, it can only hold a certain amount of money in it. And the problem is it's not very high, and so for when you're doing VTuber models, you hit it basically instantly, which means you can't withdraw the money. I've been locked out of my PayPal twice because for being paid. So now that they've upgraded that because I've earned enough, and they've given me the paperwork so that I can fill in the rest of my paperwork so that I become a sole trader, it's happening. And it means I won't get locked out of my account. Because, like, so far, every time I've completed a commission, I've been locked out of my account. Oh, dear. It's the little things. Fox, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Oh, dear. Good for you. Thank you. Oh, my God. The times, eh? Oh, dear. It was great. I've reset my password, like, 6 times. The first time it really panicked me because I thought like something really bad had happened and like someone had managed to access my account, or maybe I'd given away some information I shouldn't at some point, or like my Twitch link wasn't safe. And I was like, oh god, have I done something bad? No. It's just hitting the limit. You just hit the limit and then they withhold funds and they lock your account. I was like, cool. Like, I get why. But yes. So even though I guess nobody here realized that was happening, that's good for me that that's not a problem anymore. And also, yeah, it means I will be technically employed, self-employed, but like it is employment. Self-employment is employment. And I will be joining a lot of my family who is also self-employed. Although most of them come from a family of workaholics. Most of my family have like a job, maybe 2 jobs, and they're self-employed. But at least, you know what? There's some really good people to help me out. So so I'm looking forward to talking about that with them this weekend, get that all sorted out, and yee! It's little things. I would like to do a celebration at some point for that, because, you know, it's probably doesn't sound like a lot to a lot of people, because like you could just go get a job, but like I guess and it would be the same thing, but I haven't been employed for nearly a year, and there's no chance of me getting employed while I'm going through without going into detail about the medical treatments I'm going through right now. There's no way, because I have to take a week off every month. So in the UK, there's no way I'm getting past the probation right now. So yeah, it's really happy. It's really good stuff. I feel like my luck has turned a little bit. Oh dear. In the meantime though, good news aside, we need to make costume because this is day 3. For anyone who is not familiar, we're entering the Honkai Rail Star Cosplay contest, which the deadline is the 1st of July. But we are aiming to have the costume finished like a week before that so that I can go and take photos of it and submit some proper photos. The cosplay competition, it has some cash prizes, which if you are looking to enter a cosplay competition with a short time frame and cash prizes, it might be a good option for you. But also, if you like Honkai Rail Star, there are loads and loads of prizes that have lots of in-game loot for you, like as well as like merch and stuff like that. So I am actually aiming for a runner-up prize because they have some specific merch in the runner-up prize that they don't give away for the main prize, and I want that. And they also give you a really good amount of Stellar Jades, which are the stuff you use to pull characters. So we are aiming for a runner-up prize. Which, listen, don't get me wrong, I would take first prize, but that's not what I'm aiming for specifically, because there's just some merch. The thing is, if I won the main prize, I could just go and buy the merch, I guess. But yeah. Oh dear, gotta do good, but not too good. Exactly. Oh dear. Also, this is this piece here, the bit that we're doing that now, this is one of my oldest homemade patterns. This is the pattern that I use for a shirt, and I've just altered the sleeves a little bit because the sleeves are a little bit different. This is one of my own patterns, but it's like one I've had for, I want to say, 6 years or something. It's a really old pattern, but it's done me good. I like this pattern. It's a good shirt pattern. Can't complain. So that's what we're going to be doing. We have the top of the back here. This is the back piece. This will need to have its darts sewn in, so there's like a dart drawn on both sides. And then we have the front piece, which also has some darts to sew in. So what I might do is move the bits that don't have darts to one side so that we can sew all the darts first. Gotta do good, but not too good. Exactly. That is our goal. I don't know if anyone else is playing Honkai Star Rail. I think I only know like one other person who's playing it, and that's anime. But I am loving it. I've just gone into the second world. I've beaten the Echoes of Wars for the first time. Like, I finally got to a level where I can do those, which are like big boss fights. You get a lot of materials from them, but they're kind of long and hard. And I've died to them many times. But finally I got through on both of them, which was good. It's a nice feeling. Yeah, in the second world. Oh dear. Yeah, I am very obsessed with that game at the moment, so I'm very happy to make a costume for it. Also, I think this would be like a fun costume to wear to conventions anyway. Yeah. Have you bought some pulls? I've bought nothing. I have... So I do have, it seems, relatively good luck. I have not paid any money into the game. I have 6 5-star characters. 5 or 6 5-star characters. I have obviously the main character, who is 5-star by default. And then I have... the banner 5-star from the last one, and then I have Welt Bronya. I can't remember her name, but the girl that wears red with Mr. Sarog. I had another one. Who was it? I'm struggling because I don't use some of them. Okay, well that's 5, right? Oh, have I forgotten some? Yeah, it's 5. There's one more, I think. I think I might have 6 5-stars, but I've just forgotten the last one. But yes. I have not paid any money. I've just been insanely lucky so far. But then again, I guess I don't think there was only one character that I didn't even realize that I wanted when I pulled her, and that was Seal. Seal is like very overpowered. I'm not complaining, but she does feel a little broken. Like a teeny tiny bit broken. She's very strong. I worry that they're going to nerf her at some point, and I don't want her to get nerfed because she's really fun to play, but she's really fun to play because she's broken, and I'm like, so I get why they do it sometimes, but I really like playing her. But that's like, in hindsight, the only 5-star that I'm really glad that I've got. Like, the rest of them they're fine. They're not that different from the 4-stars, to be honest. They're just different designs. So yeah, I'm happy with one of them. I wouldn't personally have paid for the rest of them. But I know there's a 5-star and a new banner right now that people are quite interested in. I saw my friend buy like 200 and got like 5 5-stars. Oh my god. But wait, you could have just played for free and got 5 5-stars. That's what I did. But But no, to be fair, saying that, I would really, I personally don't have like the spare funds to put into gacha games, so like I'm not doing that. But if I won the cosplay competition, well, you know, they give you the money to do the pulls. They give you the in-game currency to do the pulls. So I guess, well, I can't spend it on anything else. I might as well pull on gacha. So that's kind of why I wanna win a prize, because it gives me a really good excuse to do it. Because when it's real world money, it's like, you know, I'm relatively sensible. I would just spend that money on, you know, the house renovations and stuff like that. Maybe put some money towards the next costume stuff, but yeah, I wouldn't spend it on gacha. But if they force me to spend it on oh, what a shame. So that's my hope. My hope is that I can come as a runner-up and have the Stellar Jade and get the merch from the game, so that I get all the out of game merch, and then get the pulls for the in-game characters. That's what I want. Yeah. Also, to anyone who is a cosplayer in chat, you know, this cosplay competition started on Saturday, so it's less than a week that people would have started this. So it's also an artist and musician competition. So it's a creator competition. There's just different categories. I'd be entering the cosplay category. So yeah, if you are a creator and you are interested in like a short turnaround competition, maybe check it out. They give me the money to pull. Oh no, whatever will I do? Oh dear, guess I'll have to pull some characters then. Oh, what a shame. But that's what I mean. I need the excuse to do it, because otherwise my sensible brain's like, don't do it. Don't spend money on gacha. And I'm like, okay, that's sensible. I can't argue that. 2 secs. I'm going to wop 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 wop. There you go. Sewing machine time. Oh, it's my plastics. I do need to sort that out, to be fair, before I go, so that I can put that in the recycling. I need black thread. Where's my black thread? Is it in there? No. No? That's navy. That's not black. You won't fool me again. That being said, if I don't have a small... I have a massive one of black. I don't think I have a small one. So I guess I'll use navy. Oh dear. Also, I found some leftovers from Lakshmi. So I got some chains, which I can use for the front. You need to lug that you're fine. Have a good luck. Thank you for popping by. If anyone hasn't checked out Bar before, very, very talented streamer doing a lot of really fun stuff on their stream right now. You can check them out by doing !file. What? Here's my thread. Okay, let's put the white thread over there, because I'll probably want to have that kind of nearby. And then... Oh, I need to fill a bobbin, do I? Okay. Cool, that's fine. We can do that. Ooh. Someone not sat correctly. Nope, they're all good. They're all good. There it is. Thank you. Oh dear, who was that? Go, thank you. Also, 2 seconds. I need to blow my nose, I think. Alright, all good, sorry. Sorry about that. I'm a gross human being who must blow their nose because it's dusty in here. Got all that fabric dust everywhere. There we go. And... What? Oh, come on. Come on, there you go. No! God damn it, fingers, why are you like this? There, good. Okay. Okay, there we are. This will always get me. Did you make, I can't remember who wrote your original shout out, whether it was Shifty or Dem, or maybe it was you, to be fair. It seems like something you'd do. But I can't remember who wrote the original one, because obviously we altered the original one so that it had more emotes and stuff in it. I feel like it was Dem, but it could be wrong. It could have been Shifty. Oh dear. Actually, it probably was Dem. Thinking about it. You think it was me? Well, no, I altered it. I didn't do the original. I took the because originally your shoutout was just this file and then a link and nothing else. And so I did alter it, but I didn't do the original. The original was someone else, because the original was just this file and then a link. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I just added, like, because we were talking about, oh, well, it's a shame that Vile's one doesn't have, like, any emotes on it. So I then went in and added, like, 10 emotes in a row. That was my contribution. And, like, a short description afterwards. But I don't remember who started it. I can't take credit for that, though. That won't me. Oh, dear. Probably it was them, then. I don't think it was Zero. Because Zero doesn't tend to add commands. And to be fair, Dem does quite often, so it was probably Dem then, if it wasn't Shifty. There we go. Oh, okay. It does sound like Dem, it does. It does. Oh, they also get some sleep, Vile. As much as we like having you here, get your good Z's on. We'll just be here making it is a shirt pattern, but obviously, like, I'm not gonna make it quite like a shirt because I don't want to do buttons and stuff. I don't think that suits the character either. So yes, we are. It's sort of a shirt, but not quite a shirt. There we go. Will mean I need another zip, but that's okay. That is one dart in. Next dart. There we are. Nice. And then back darts. Back darts. It's a Star Rail shirt. Yee! A Star Rail shirt. Have you got any favorite characters yet, by the way, anime? Are there any characters you're like, this is it? I finally got Ting Young as a character. Because she's on one of the new banners, isn't she? I think she's one of the 4 stars on the new banner. So I finally got her as a 4-star. But then I got her and I've realized I've already leveled someone else up who has the same power, so I'm like, oh. I have her, but I don't know if I wanna level her up yet, because yeah. It's a lot of effort and I already have someone with that. I've already got a character, but I do like her design. I do like my team at the moment. Who have you? Oh, not been able to play for a bit, that's fair. You have got a lot of work going on. Understandable. I've been really enjoying using it to have some, like, downtime. Because I said this yesterday, but I haven't found a game that, like, I can properly relax to for a really long time. And, like, this one's just perfectly filled the gap of, like, a game that I want to play it that I also find relaxing. Having a good time. Go. Alright. That's done. Let's move you back over here again. Hello, hi. Oh dear. And here. Nice. Oh, my head from the top down. Very nice. I will just quickly grab all of these, which are the pins that I've been leaving next to my machine because I keep forgetting to bring my pin cushion over. What? I should just get one of the magnetic ones at some point, honestly. Maybe if I see one where we're out this weekend, I'll pick one up. It would make it a lot easier. I got the main 3 that you have at the start, and the fox, yes. Ah, dear. She boosted damage, I believe. It is pretty nice. Ooh, okay, so she's like a support kind of character. Nice. Yeah, I had Serval as my pink lightning lady. And so, like, she's leveled up to 50, so it's like I don't really want to... I could. I'd have to grind a lot more experience again, but I could. I just keep leveling everyone up, and I just... This is a problem, but yeah, it'll be okay. I'll get there. Wow, there we go. Okay. So now, our back piece has darts in it. I did iron this yesterday, by the way. Oh god, what is that? Is that glue gun? Oh my god, this is old fabric. Ew. Get that off there. Mine are at level 8. I've probably been playing a lot more behind the scenes than you have, though, to be fair. I don't have any exams or anything. Alright. Get that over there. we want actually, let's do the back piece first. So the back piece is split in two. It's this piece that'll need to go on top of here. I think it's because there's a slight curve on it. I don't exactly remember why this piece is in two, but if it is, it is. Oh, cute, good morning. I hope you're doing well. 1 week and then I can play all the Star Rail. I'm so excited. I will say, again, I'm still having no particular urge to spend money on it. I don't think there's any... Like, most of my favorite... visually, my favorite characters have been 4 stars. So there's like... You kind of just pull them off and you will eventually get them. I don't know, I haven't felt any need to spend money on any banners in Honkai just yet. I know a lot of people really wanted the Seal character, which I happened to get, luckily. And I could see that one because, again, she's very powerful. But I haven't really had any others where I've been like, yeah, desperately wanted that one. I don't know. No, I can't think of any other where I'm like, yeah, I really want that. I would, I guess, kind of like Himiko, because I like her design, but I don't think I'd use her. But yeah, I like her design. Oh dear. But she's only on the standard banner, which means it's probably not going to happen. I'm just going to quickly sorry, I'm just doing this bit because it's just a line, and I don't know. It's just a line. You're not missing out on very much. I'm going to sew this line twice. Maybe there are some line lovers in chat that are probably very upset that I'm doing this without showing you, but it's fine. It's just a line. Ah, dear. Yeah, I think I have a sneaking suspicion on the Tuesday when we're back. We'll probably do like a half and half stream. I do need to look at the character a little bit more in game and get a few more screenshots at some point. So I have a feeling we'll probably do that on Tuesday. So Tuesday, hopefully I should be back again, unless anything dramatic happens with the trains. I should be back on Tuesday, so we can do crafting in the morning. And then while we're doing the crafting, we can kind of make a list of things I still need to get pictures of, so that in the afternoon we can aim to get those pictures from the game. Because I'm in quite a good position where... Sorry, also that's done now. I'm in quite a good position where the character that I'm making is one of the enemies, so you can kind of just go and fight her again and again and again, which is nice. Alright. Let's get the front pieces. And... So normally with shirts there's a lot of interfacing and stuff like that, but because most of this shirt is actually hidden, the only bits you really see are the bit poking out the bottom and the end of the sleeves. I'm making it as a full shirt just to, you know, for comfort's sake really, of just having like that in there. But since only small parts of it are being shown, I'm not really worried about putting interfacing or anything like that in it. Yeah. Oh dear. I woke up with a massive headache this morning. Took painkillers, eased a bit. Oh, bless you. I hope you feel better by the end of the day. I'm there with you. I have a lot of head pain, and you just can't concentrate when it's bad. It makes you feel sick, and it's horrible. And yeah, I really hope you feel better soon. I hope it's one of those ones that you'll have like lunch and it'll start getting better, kind of thing. Fingers crossed for you. Oh dear, we are making a shirt right now, but like a very vaguely a shirt. Like it's not a... I don't know how to explain it, but it's a shirt. Bare bones skeleton of a shirt, but it is a shirt because I'm not doing any of the interfacing. It's not going to have a collar. There's just no reason to, but it will have all of the basic parts of a shirt there, just without any of the fluff. Oh dear. Pictures in game are really nice. I did that as well for Venti. Yeah, that's the only bad thing about not doing one of the playable characters. You get so many pictures of playable characters so easily. You have to fight the boss to get good photos of them, but yeah, it's worth it. This time I won't necessarily be getting as many photos as I will just like looking at bits in particular and taking notes, because I have quite a lot of photos, but there's details that I would like to have. Whoop. Excuse me. There are details I would like to have more solidly in my mind of like what I'm doing. Again, I'm just going to do this off camera quickly because it is literally just a line, and I don't want to change my camera for this. It's a small line. I promise you're not missing out on anything exciting. Go. And do this small line as well. Oh. There you go. And and there you go. Sorry, it's a bit of a curved edge there, so I was just going a little bit slower to make sure that I got it right. There we go. Bare bones shirt is coming together. We're getting there, just need to put the other side in, do some top stitching, and hey ho! Oh dear. The sleeves I'm a bit concerned about because they are a bit more, they're the only bit that I really customized from this pattern, to be fair, so they're the only bit where it's like it might not work as well. But we'll see. I'm gonna stay cautiously optimistic. I kept the top the same, it's just the bottom that's a little different, so hopefully it shouldn't mismatch too bad. I will say, I can't remember if this is my puff sleeve shirt or not. I think that it is my puff sleeve shirt, which means the sleeves might be a little bigger than I'm expecting them to be. If not, great. But if it is, I'll keep that in mind just so that I don't get confused later. But I'm like, where's all this extra fabric coming from? Because it's a puff sleeve, potentially. But yeah, this is a very, 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 very old pattern that I made because I wanted shirts that fit nicely around the chest. And I feel like a lot of female shirts do not fit nicely around the chest. At least in my experience. So this was when I started making patterns for myself for the first time. This was one of the first ones I made because I was like, yeah, I want this. I want this for cosplay, but I would also kind of like this for IRL. And it served me pretty well. I mean, after all these years, honestly, it could probably use some alterations, but as a base, it's pretty good. Go and what and what. Right, a couple more lines and then I'll try it on. How quick was that, by the way? Yeah, it was like 50. I mean, I did cut them out yesterday. I do think cutting parts out for cosplays is a big part of the battle. I cut these out downstairs off stream because they're just slightly larger pieces and I just don't really have the space in here to cut out big pieces of fabric. But yeah, not too long at all. Although we haven't put the arms in, and that will probably be the most time-consuming part. Arms tend to be, I think, the worst part. Well, the worst part of the time. I don't want it to sound like I hate it. I don't hate it that much. Excuse me. Oh. And get that there. Add another quick line. Nice. Easy. All right. Let's switch camera really quickly. Hello, hi. It's me again. Jelly. Wah. Oh, oh, oh. Nice. Yeah, this'll do. I'm wearing a sports bra today, so if there's a bit of extra space around the chest, I'm actually okay with it. Because that is how I would wear it. And then, yeah, it needs to, you know what, it's fine. It's simple, but it'll do. Like, that's all I need, really. And it's meant to, like, split apart at the stomach anyway. So, yeah. 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 There's not really much else to say. Yeah. It's a shirt base. It's not that bad, not that difficult to make once you have. I think the worst thing about shirt patterns is finding one that fits you because everyone fits so differently into shirts. But once you find one that fits you, it's not that bad. All right, arm time. I want to have a little look at these arms just to double check because I can pin them in first and kind of see if what I'm expecting. Am I expecting there to have extra space or no? Oh, actually, also what I would like to do is just sew a couple of seams flat. Let me do that quickly. It won't take me a second. But it's just to fit the theme of the costume since I am sewing seams flat most places. I should probably do it here as well. Oh, turn my machine on. there we go, okay. Oh my god. I thought my machine just broke live on stream. I was like, wait a second. I know I've been putting a dusty fabric through you, but like, that's a bit dramatic. It's fine. It's fine. Alright. There's that one. And this one. Do the same thing too. You could also iron this, to be fair. I'm choosing not to because I've got my iron set up downstairs now so that I can do that whenever, but I don't think today's going to be a long enough stream where it's like justifies running downstairs to iron for 20 minutes. But yeah, in the future, if I want to take like a 20-minute break quickly to do some ironing, I can set you up with words on stream and run downstairs, do the ironing and come back up. Just because I figured since it's not going to be getting any colder, I might as well have it set up that there's somewhere in the house I can quickly nip to do that. Because as we continue with this costume, there will be more and more things that I would like to iron. So yes, we have that set up ready now for when I would like to do some ironing. But I don't want to overheat my stream room. And just make sure it's staying folded on the right side. Which honestly it is, just pretty well. One. Nice. And the other side. Which side did I do it on? I think I did it on that side, didn't I? Nice. It just makes it look nice and neat, honestly. And for something that's meant to be like military-esque, I feel like that's the vibe we want to go for. We want to go for neat, proper. Yes, there we go. Get that on that side. What? And make sure that's staying folded that way. Can't tell if I sewed over a lump there. There's a chance. Let's have a look. See, did I sew over a lump? Yeah, I did. Ah, that's gonna annoy me. I mean, not that you'll see it because of where it is, but I'm like, can I iron that out? Probably no. Okay, 2 seconds. I'm gonna redo that one because it's really not that obvious, but there's like a teeny tiny bit where it's sewn under there, so it's creating like a little crease. It's a small thing, but if I can fix it now, then I'll feel better about it later. Where did I put my unpicker, by the way? Did anyone see? Oh, there it is. I used to have like 3 unpickers, and no idea where they've gone, honestly. Like, they've just disappeared. Oh dear. Oh dear. Alright, it's just gonna be off screen for a second because unpicking is a fine art and I don't want to get it wrong. So, excuse me while you can't see what I'm unpicking. It's for the sake of the costume. Please bear with. Oh dear. Astro! Yeah, I'm a human right now. I hope you're doing well. It's because we're making a lot of base pieces for like a very quick costume. So like, I'll be trying them on a lot. Yeah. Gotta do a lot of trying on when you're making a new costume. But I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. We're just making a shirt right now. I just accidentally sewed over like a teeny tiny lump when doing my top stitch. And it was really, really small. But I notice it, and so it's like I'd rather just fix it while I notice it. So right now we're doing a little bit of fixing while I notice it kind of thing. Even though it's probably not that necessary. Oh dear. Oh, and there you go. There you go. Okay. That should be the problem area. Yeah. Now. Is it possible to sew this without creating a lump at this point? Yes, it is. Okay, 2 seconds. I shall be right back. I just need to quickly re-sew this. I just wanted to make sure it was possible. I think I watched when it happened, so it's like, okay, yeah, that doesn't need to happen like that, but there we go. That's a lot neater. It's such a small thing, but it makes me happy, so it's worth it. Okay. Turn that off for a second, bring this back. Now we will do what I said I was going to do before, as well as maybe trim some threads. You know, there's so many threads inside the jacket, which you won't, thankfully, at this point be able to see because I've kind of closed it off, but there's so many. Because I never trimmed them. I never did any thread trimming when making the jacket, so all the threads are still in there. Oh, dear. And with this, because it's not being lined, I just don't see the point in lining it, to be fair. But because it's not being lined, you'll see threads hanging down, so I'm just being a little careful and just doing my edges and all that, you know. The really exciting stuff with sewing, I think, is the bit where you get to go trim the threads. I'm assuming that's everyone's favourite part, right? It's definitely my favourite part of sewing is the bit where I get to trim the threads. It's just like really exhilarating. I guess there is something nice about it in some ways though, because it's like a visual representation of like finishing a section, I guess, is trimming the threads for it. Like me trimming the threads for this is I finished the base. Nice. When I trim threads on the base again, it will be because I finished the hem, which is also nice. I do have some leather fabric to one side because there's a chance I might want to put a leather trim on the bottom, but I haven't decided on it yet because technically it isn't accurate to the costume and I'm already adding things that I think would be inaccurate to the costume. So I'm keeping it there with the option that I can add it later. It wouldn't be today anyway because it will need to be ironed into shape a little bit. It's like a faux leather, but it's relatively thick, so yeah, it'll need to be ironed into shape, but it's there as an option. I'm considering my options with it right now because I do think it would look like, again, like it'd suit the character and stuff. I don't think that it would look bad, but I'm just a little hesitant to go so far away from character design because accuracy is kind of important in this particular one. I don't do a lot of costumes where accuracy is important, but this one it is. So yes, I'm keeping it in mind. So I won't hem the bottom just yet because I might add that, but I might not add it also. We'll see how I feel. All right, there we go. It's pretty de-threaded. There's probably some hanging around, but yeah, there's one. Probably some hanging around, but we can tackle those when we see them. Otherwise, it's looking pretty good. It's very, very simple, but it will work. All right, arms. That's what I wanted to do. Oh, there's a bit of fluff there. Got some fluffs attached here. There you go. So these are the arms. What I want to do first is just pin them in and see about how much space they take up. So if I was to put this here and turn this inside out, sorry that it's all black because obviously that does make it a little difficult to see what I'm doing. But I'm going to pin one side of the arm with a little seam allowance there. And then bring the whole arm inside of the hole there. And go to the other side, which obviously the arms have not been sewn together yet. Go to the other side, go into the same place and pin that in there. And then hold it up to this and see how well it fits in the hole. Okay, well, for starters, this is not a puff sleeve, that's for sure. Actually, does it? We'll see. I'm gonna go around the outside and just see how well it fits. It's not a puff sleeve, I don't think, because I'm not seeing like a lot of extra from the inside piece, which is what I would expect to see in like a little poofy sleeve. But at the same time, it's still quite. It's close. It's close. That's what it is. It's close. There's a chance the armhole's too big, maybe. Small chance, but I feel it. Which means I might have to... Wait, is this a backwards? This might actually be backwards. With the amount of fabric that's here, there's no way I've cut it that far off. I might need to puff out the shoulder. So rather than a puff sleeve, it might be a puff shoulder. Yeah, I think it is actually. Oh god. Well, I guess that makes sense. I did used to wear a lot of shirts like that. Huh. Yeah, it is. Well, would you look at that? Alright. With that being the case then, just do... It's not a very big one, to be honest. Very, very small. And do the same on the other side. And is it like that? No, it's like the other way. Oh god. Like so. Maybe a little further in. So I just want it to look relatively even for when I switch it around to make sure that I'm happy with how it's going to end up looking. I don't know if I'll sew it yet, but... Yeah, it will be like that. Huh. I mean, that's fine. I'm not mad about that. The sleeve itself... Oh! Oh! Did I do that today? I don't remember doing that. I feel like, though... Oh no! I might have to recut this piece. There's like a big slit in it. Although... Could I fix that? I'm gonna say probably not. 2 secs, let me just have a little look at how far down the arm is. Oh, there's so many needles in this. Well, that's not gonna go, but how far down the arm is it? Do both have it? Or is it just one? Just one? That's really odd. I don't know how that's happened, because, I mean, that's a decisive cut for sure. I mean, I can fix it. What I might do is burn the edge a little bit so that it doesn't fray and then do like a little sock stitch on it. And I don't think you'll see it. I'm just a little surprised. Okay, well, I've got the answers that I wanted for the sleeve, so I can take all the pins out of that. I guess I'll do a little sock stitch. Oh. To be fair though, I think rather than waste the whole piece of fabric, if I can fix it, I would rather do that. Do I have any needles in my arm? No, everything's fine. Better to check, you never know. Where is my lighter? There's my lighter, my candle's over here. 2 seconds. Whoop. Wax on my finger. Ew, ew, gross. All right. Oh, wax is coming off of my finger. There we go. All right. I'm just going to cinch the end. So this is definitely a polyester, or at least a polyester mix. So it should melt rather than burning. Yeah, there you go. Oh, it can catch fire though. Okay. Maybe there's more cotton in you than I thought. Okay. With this cotton, I'd rather not risk it. Oh yeah, that's probably cotton actually. Ooh. Let's just do a little sock stitch then. It would have been nice to cinch it first, but I guess it's not fraying that badly. I would have noticed earlier if it was fraying badly. All right. Ooh, thanks for such a today. Oh no, you're fine. Are you okay? I'm assuming you're fine. I'm assuming if you've come back, you're all right. Welcome on in again, George. I found out that at some point I've taken like a nick out of my fabric, and like I genuinely am not sure when I did this, but there's like, look at that. There's a nick out there, but rather than what would you call it? Rather than re-trimming the whole thing, I'm just going to try and repair it quickly by doing a little sock stitch and sewing it together. Because yeah, I have no idea how it's happened, but obviously it has, and we'll do our best to fix it. So if I do that, and then we'll just slowly work our way across it. Oh dear. Oh good. Okay, good. I'm glad. Oh dear. As long as it's not for anything bad, everything's fine. Alright, so a little sock stitch is when you do like a little teeny tiny stitch on both sides, and like you go across and it creates almost like a ladder of thread in the middle. So here I am creating my little thread ladder. And there. And to there. And there. And we'll go just a little bit further than where the hole is, just to be safe. And to like there, I'd say. And then what we do is you just pull it. And it should, if everything goes well, although I did leave that quite long, should pull it all together, although I am seeing that I think one of the pieces of thread might have pinged out. Yeah, it did. So what I'll do is I'll go to the other side and just go back up it and reinforce that. But yes, there we go. Oh dear. Which part of the costume is this? So this will be the black undershirt. This is for the undershirt. This is one of the sleeves, but yeah, at some point I've managed to damage it. I'm not exactly sure how, but we'll just go through and fix it quickly. I'm just going to go the whole way down right quickly, since it is already stitched. And then go through this bit a couple times. There we go. I mean, is it fixed? Yeah, it's a bit weird, but it's fixed. I might just quickly go over the top a couple times as well, just at the edge. There we go, and put that there. Okay, well, weird thing happened, but I think I fixed it, so I think it's okay. I do not have it set up. No, because I still have the collector one set up for that, so technically yes, but exclamation mark cosplay is the collector, not the new one. Oh dear, I probably should set it up right though with the link in it, so that people can enter the competition. Oh dear, okay, I didn't use it, yeah, sorry. I'm behind, I'm sorry. Oh dear, right. That being said, now that we've taken care of that kerfuffle, we can sew this up together. And I mean, a lot of what I just did will actually disappear in a second anyway, because I am going to pin over it and I think you'll only see the very edge, which is why I'm not too worried about it, because it's like you won't see a lot of it. Yes. And all the way to the end. There we go. Yay! Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for the horn. Welcome to our cosplay side quest, where we are making a costume. Oh, Hexy! Boop. Thank you for the double horn, and thank you so much for the heckin' 34 months. Jesus Christ, it's nearly 3 years. 3 years of Zay horns. Thank you. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. We are making one of the Guardians from Honkai Rail Star. We're still making the collector costume. I haven't given up on that or anything. We're just doing this alongside the collector, so that we have more than one thing going on at the moment. But it's because this is for a competition that's a little bit sooner than the collector will be. Well, there you go. I should probably have switched that pin over actually. 2 seconds. Before I try this on, this pin is like grabbing my arm. So let's not ruin my top really quickly. And move that pin the other way around. There you go. So it's gonna be a bit tight because I've got, long sleeves on. However, that's about the length I wanted it. So I didn't want it to go the whole way because it's meant to show the glove underneath, so it's like a slightly shorter sleeve. Heck yeah, plus it gives me the opportunity to put the trim around the edge if I would like to. Actually, would I like to hem it first? No, we'll do it like this first. This is the normal way of doing it. We'll do it the normal way. All right. I will pin this one, pin the other arm, and then we can sew them both, and then sew them both in. Okay. And there. Oh, actually, yes, this is good. It's just chalk. The white marks are just chalk from when I was like cutting out the pattern pieces. So they will come off, but I guess it's also easier to keep them on the inside for now rather than on the outside. It's me. This should go in and then flare out just a teeny tiny bit, but I kind of do want to put a trim on the edge. The kind of trim that I want to do though, I want to do like one of the ones where you cut it from like a circle so it ends up being kind of wavy around the edge. I could also do a gathered trim. I'm not sure. I'm both would look like how I want it to look. And if I ping pong get it on screen, you can kind of see there's like a little bit of like flare on her arm. You can kind of also see her arm coming out like a little bit earlier, so it doesn't go the whole way up to her hand. But I don't know if I'd do it as like a ruffle or like a little gathered bit. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at the moment. I'm considering my options. Today I just want to get the base of it done. I have a smaller goal for the day, which is just have a shirt-ish with no bells and whistles, because I can then do another stream coming up where we add those bells and whistles. Also, I'm just going to quickly lean over and do this again. Sorry. It's just a line again. They're all just lines today. None of the sewing is very intricate, nor does it take very long. So, with that being the case, I won't waste your time setting the camera up every single time. But literally just that. There we go. Heck yeah. And then we'll do the other one as well. And pop that there. There we go. And all the way around to there. Very nice. Turn that off. Cool. And that gets the bit that like I said, I don't think you'll see as much of it, to be honest, because that gets that bit in there. If I turn that right side round now, where is it? It's just there. The little fixed bit there. It's pretty small. I don't think you'll probably notice it in pictures or anything like that. And that's our sleeve, which comes out just a little bit. Just a little bit out. Again, I'm just going to put it on again over the top of my sleeve, which does make it kind of difficult, but that's okay. Oh, there you go. To be fair, if it fits over the top of my sleeve, it will fit just fine without the sleeve underneath. And then we got like a little bit of flare at the end, but not too much. But it'll go well going into the bit that I want to add on top. It'll make it look thematically like it makes sense, I think. And turn this one the other way around as well, so we have both our arms the right way around. There we go. And bring back the rest of the jacket. So, if I bring in the arm here, we'll pin the bottom of the arm into there. I'm going to try and remember to do the pins the right way around, so just have them going out. Also, I have a lot of pins hanging around over here, so maybe I should pick some of those up again, huh? Oh, there we go. Pick a few of those up. They'll be useful to have. Probably don't need the scissors for a minute. And slowly but surely we'll go the whole way around the inside of the armhole and pin all it in. And then, yeah, once the sleeves are in, that's literally as far as I wanted to get today. I will say we were doing a shorter stream today anyway because I am leaving the house, going away. But yeah, that is speedier than I thought it would be, to be fair. Okay. And take that to here. And do the same thing on the other side. So I'm just kind of meeting at the top then from both sides so that I can then add that pleat that it wants up there and know that I'm getting it right and not doing too much initially. Or too little. I mean, that could also happen. Go. And put there. And it needs to go a little further on this side. Sorry, it's like attaching a curved object to another curved object is not the easiest. I go a little quiet, so I'm doing the hard concentrating. To about there, maybe? There we go. If I double check, that does look about even. But then, I think, how was I doing this? I was doing it like this in the middle. So like there and like there, right? Is that right? Is that what I did? It's been all of 5 minutes and I have fully forgotten. I think that's what I did. For the poofed shoulder, we'll see if that's even on top. I have a feeling, like a sneaking suspicion, it's not. I'm gonna have to reshuffle it, but I think the rest of it's okay. It's just that bit that I'm a bit on about. Have a look. Yeah, like, I want that to come out from the line. And the line is... Wait, where is the line? Wait a second. Wait a heckin' second. Where is the line? But the one underneath... It's there. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, actually then, if that's the case, it does come out from about the right spot. Huh. Part of me that's just like, should I just shorten the whole thing so it's not poofed? I mean, is there any reason to keep it poofed? Like, cause how much of it needs to go away? It's not very much. Yeah, it's like literally an extra centimeter and it would be perfect. I feel like that's not worth it. I might just take an extra centimeter off this and sew that in. Yeah, honestly, why not? I mean, there's probably plenty of reasons why not actually, but let me just sew that really quickly without doing the sleeve and see if that makes that better. I have a feeling it will. I'm gonna, what do you call it, cause myself problems if I keep altering all these patterns like this, but I do genuinely think this would make it a bit better. And just go across there like that, to there. There we go. And then, yeah, then the arm fits perfectly. This bit needs to fold over this way. And yeah, okay. I guess I'll just do that then. That's a lot easier. I don't have to worry about it being weird and stuff. I can just, yeah, I'll just do that. Heck yeah. Sorry, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. I'm altering patterns when I probably shouldn't be. But I am. And I'm trying to work out if I'm going to suffer because of the alteration or not, or if it's just worth doing. And I'm feeling like it's just worth doing. Like, this is lining up pretty well. The shoulder looks nice and neat. It goes... Oh my god, okay, that's fine. I thought that was the sleeve, and I was like, wait, did I completely imagine sewing the sleeve up? Oh, Senor, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Look for dinner. Oh, take care, George, and have a lovely weekend. I hope that it's a good one. I apologize, I probably will be a little bit absent, but I hope you have a good weekend nonetheless. How's the build going? It's going good. We're making the undershirt right now. So we're just adding in some sleeves. I'm confusing myself because I'm changing my patterns and such, but I do think I'm doing the right thing. It's just, you know when you're doing the technical stuff and you're getting a bit lost, I'm losing myself a little bit. But I think that it's the right thing to do. And so I'm gonna go for it. We're gonna stitch it in, and we're gonna hope that I've made the correct judgment, I think. Oh dear, all right, get that on there. There you go. And we can start anywhere, but I do want to, there you go. Get that properly on there. And just going around. Whoop. The pin gets stuck there, I think. I feel like that was a pin getting stuck. It's okay, it seems to have unstuck itself, so I cannot complain. What? And then just keep zooming around. What is this? That's the sleeve underneath. We don't need that right now. Oh, that's a bit. Is it a bit off? Might be. I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out when I sew over it. Yeah, it's a bit off. Okay, take that out there. And then see if we can make it better. Oh, no, actually, stop. You're trying to make it better, just stop. Yeah, there's an issue. Oh dear, if it fit perfectly a second ago and it is not fitting well now, I've done something. I've messed something up. I see you on the floor there. I don't know how you got there, but I see that. Confusion, yeah. Ew. Oh dear. Yeah, so I sewn over a bit. That's why it's not lining up correctly, is because there's a bit that I've sewn over from further along in the sleeve, which is pulling it. Oh dear, aren't sleeves fun? Man, attaching sleeves is a nightmare, always. However long you sew for, it is still always a nightmare. Actually, I'll take that pin out because I'm at risk of catching myself with that. And even though this is black, I would still rather not bleed on it, to be honest. Oh dear. It's like these are paid, especially on non-stretch fabric. Yeah. Yeah. Also, Asylum, welcome on in. I hope you're doing good. Welcome. Alright. Luckily, we caught that one pretty quick. It's just, it was weird because, like, it lined up perfectly a second ago and now it didn't line up. It's like, what's changed? The only thing I can think of that would change would be that I made a mistake. And it looks like that was what it was. Okay, so pick that up to there. And make sure that that's pretty flat, which it is. And go just a little bit further, because we'll take it back to there. I think. Take it back to the start. Well, not the start, but like the halfway point. Oh dear. Really good trick to sew them in, and just sewing in sleeves for half a year helps. Oh, for sure. I mean, I've been sewing in sleeves for like 10 years now, but I still make mistakes. It still happens. Oh dear. Even with patterns like this pattern, like I said earlier, it's my most made pattern. I've made it a many a time, and I'll still make a mistake on it. Oh dear. Do I want it like that, or do I want to pinch this further? Although, to be fair, I say that I've made this pattern many a time. I did just alter it again. But this is the thing, it's a really good base pattern for making alterations on. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. And if I check on that, it's fine. Okay. Le sip, I can le sip. Yes, it was bank holiday in Belgium, so many people off and it's quiet. Oh, lovely. Did you enjoy the bank holiday? I hope that you did. I'm gonna quickly finish this because I was over halfway, I think. I've only got a few bits to go. I just have to ease it onto the machine again because... Oh, wait, you want to go this time? Oh, fine. Last time it was being really difficult. Well, now I look crazy. Because this went straight on. God damn it. Oh, actually, you can't see the machine anyway, so I could have just pretended that it was hard. I suppose. Oh, no, it is hard. I was going to say, like, last time, I had to really wiggle you on to get it right. Don't make me look, like, bad, now that I've said that it's difficult. Yeah, there you go. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. I want to start at about there. Come on, wiggle. Wiggle on. There you go. There we are. Okay, I see that. Is it underneath still? No, I think it's... We'll see. We'll find out, I suppose, when I sew over it. There's something weird here. Oh, for fuck's sake, I see you doing that again. Aye, the same thing that just happened. I just did it a second time. Do you think I might be being a bit absent-minded today? Do you think I could tack it at this point first? Maybe I should, because I'm pinning myself an awful lot. We're getting close to bleeding levels of pinning again. Oh dear. How much do you... That could be the next poll for this channel. How many pints of blood will I put into this project? Wrong answers only. I don't want the legit answer. Oh dear, I'd like to say that the miniature, is it working out well? Do you have any idea when you'll be able to show it, or nah? If not, don't worry about it. I'm just excited for you. Excuse me just being excited in your place. Oh, did the problem start further back than I thought? Yeah, it did. Okay. I didn't unpick enough last time. Okay, I may have just set myself up for failure for that particular part. That's okay. What I'll do is, just to make sure that I don't make the same mistake a third time, because that's getting embarrassing at that point, I'll do some tacking. I'll just do a little tacking and then I'll go over with the machine, because that way I don't have to be careful around all the pins. Give me lurky, have good lurks, and good luck with the work. I hope that it's going well. I have a command stab on my channel. Oh my god. I don't think I could do that to myself. To be fair though, we're very up and down, like, because with the collector I very, very rarely stab myself because the work we're doing is not that sort of work. So I guess I would also sort of depend on what I'm doing that day, because there'd be some days where I just never use it, I think. But then there'd be some days like this where I'm like, you do not want to know how much I am bleeding into this costume, probably. Like, I just grabbed the pin with my palm there. The thing is, I won't flinch these days. I'm very used to it. So unless I tell you that I've stabbed myself, you probably won't know. So it would rely pretty heavily on me telling you that I've stabbed myself. Also, because I'm going to do this with my knees. Hi, hello, welcome. I'm just going to sew it like this quickly because it's a little easier for me to see at this angle. So excuse me 2 seconds while I just zip around it with some hand stitching so I can take all the pins out. To be fair, this is partially my own fault also because I haven't taken any of the pins out from the places I've already sewn. I just left them in. I can take some of those out. Oh, it's like the hit command, yeah. I didn't add the hit command, to be fair, because I would never count my own hicks. That was one of the mods. I think a lot of people in chat wanted it, to be fair. Steve L, welcome on in. Steve L, did you know that yesterday I undid all the work that I did on stream after stream? But I'm much happier with it now. There was just something that was like bothering me about it. And like, I couldn't quite put my finger on it. So I unpicked all of the arms and everything. And I'm a lot happier now. The arms were like a little bit too short. And it was like, it wasn't that far off, but it was far enough off that it was kind of annoying me. They were just a little bit too short. So I redid it, and I'm a lot happier. I guess it's good. It is a good thing. Yeah. I'm happy about it because, like, yeah, it's always annoying if you unpick something and then realize you like it more before. But in this case, no, I liked it more after. Pretty like, yeah, 100%. It was better afterwards. So yeah, it was all good things. All good things. And we're working on that being said, I am taking a break from working with the other fabric until I've like properly treated it a little bit because it's giving me nosebleeds and that is not ideal. And you have to be really careful on Twitch with that sort of thing because you're not allowed to show any kind of like blood on Twitch and nosebleeds are really quick. So it's difficult to hide yourself before that it happens. Why does it give you nosebleeds? So I have pretty bad airways in general, Steve-O, and it's the dust. It's the dust that's coming off it. It's creating all these little plasticky particles, and then I obviously breathe them in. And then because I am more prone to nosebleeds anyway, breathing in the plastic particles is giving me nosebleeds. Asbestos, yeah, it's asbestos actually. Sorry, let me just change that. Ignore everything I just said. What Shifty said is right. It's asbestos. Sounds that way, yeah. But no, I'm just very, very sensitive to stuff like that. Kind of always have been. I've had nosebleeds since I was a little baby bean. So I just have to be really careful around dust. Like even regular dust in the house, you have to clean it relatively often, or I will just start having nosebleeds. But yeah, I would like to ideally avoid having them on stream. I mean, I would like to avoid having, let me change that. I'd like to avoid having them in general, but I would like to avoid having them on stream because there is a chance you can get permabanned from it. So I'm like, that would really suck. And I don't want to risk it because if I did get banned, I don't have a platform big enough to get unbanned. party. We like to party. We like to party. Oh my god, there's a lot of sounds going on here now. Got the intense music in the background. There we go.
Buses everybody's jumping. New York to San Francisco, an interstate free disco. The wheels are still are turning, and traffic lights are burning. So if you like to party, come on and move your body.
Thank you for the party, Steve-O. Oh dear, there'll be no parties now. Not for the whole weekend. Not a single party. Heck. Although, to be fair, it'll be nice to take a little bit of a break. I mean, I don't necessarily need a break from streaming. I just need a break from, I think, the house. The most stressful thing in my life is living in an actual building site 24/7. So, yeah, it'd be really nice to have a break to just live in like a normal house for a little bit. So, yeah. I'm very excited, and I get to see my family, and we get to go out for food and snacks and stuff. It's going to be really fun. We're going to have a really good time. They're going to help me set up my business stuff, which is exciting. No patty, not a single patty. No patty for you, not for a whole weekend. I'm going to be starving by the end of the weekend. But yeah, just the visiting family part is really nice as well. I won't be seeing all of them, unfortunately, because the reason we organized the holiday last month is because it is hard to get everybody together because of work schedules and stuff like that. And yeah, unfortunately, since that day is gone, I cannot see everyone. But seeing some of them is still better than nothing, I think. In my opinion, at least. Oh, we're nearly at the end. Okay. Packing nearly done. Nearly finished my packing. Nice. No burgers. Not a single burger for you. You don't get any burgers, not until Tuesday. Tuesday is the earliest burger you're allowed. According to this stream, apparently. Meanwhile, I will be going and eating burgers with my family. Oh dear. But no, it'll be really, really nice. It won't be a proper holiday. I would like to go on holiday at some point. It is, like, without any pressure of competing or anything like that. But one day, we'll go on a proper holiday, and it'll just be for relaxation, and then, yeah. Because don't get me wrong, I had a really good time in Amsterdam last year, but there was obviously commitments and stuff that I was, there to do. And so it's not quite so relaxing when you know you're going to be on stage in front of that many people. Oh dear. But at some point, a proper holiday, I think is long overdue. But it probably won't be this year. Maybe next year. How am I meant to save the part? You can't. I'm sorry. I do like Bluetooth, but it's a lot more expensive and I don't have the patience for it. That's fair. So I'm taking my headset off just so I can try this on. It's going to look really weird because, once again, I don't exactly have tight sleeves on. So, like, I'm putting it on over the top of what is already, like, a pretty well-established sleeve. It's not going to like it, but... I figure if it fits over the top of this, then it will fit pretty well when I'm not wearing actual clothing underneath it, because I'm not going to be wearing clothing underneath it, am I? That would be a bit silly. Oh, there we go. It would like to be a bit higher up, I think, but I also think that the reason it's not higher up is not because it hasn't got the fabric to do it, but because there is a whole shirt underneath it. Heck yeah. Look at this. It's all coming together. Oh, the naked jelly, not on stream. Only off stream can I do that. And you know what, as a Twitch streamer, when I finish stream, I just disappear into the void. So I guess naked jelly never, because once I finish my stream, I'm just a void creature then for a while. Excuse me, I also realized because it's black, it's kind of difficult to see any of the detail on stream, and it just looks like I'm wearing something black. Isn't it against TOS? Depends. Do you have attractive feet? Maybe. Do you have nipples? Can you get away with it if you don't have nipples? Probably not. But you can't show underboob either. So you could probably get away with it in a really weird way, but it's probably not worth the risk, if I had to say. Again, you might get like a 2-day ban, you might get a 7-day ban, but you could also get a perma ban. It just depends who sees it. So yeah, I personally would say it is not worth the risk. Just in case it gets seen by someone who is feeling a bit banhammer heavy that day. Although actually, if you turn up on stream absolutely naked, you probably deserve it. I feel like everyone knows that that's against TOS. I'd say only if it happened by accident, which, how do you accidentally become completely naked? Is there, can anyone think of a situation where that could happen? Because I'd be happy to hear it. What situation could you accidentally lose all of your clothing? If anyone can think of one. And there must be a way that could happen, I guess. Maybe? I think it'd be like a series of big bad luck, because I think it'd be pretty hard. But like, do I think it's possible? I guess? Maybe? There you go. Also, I've just done that to like reinforce the stitching that I did, because obviously my stitching, hand stitching versus the machine stitching is like not particularly comparable, but you know, I've given my best. I give my best. There you go. It is done. There is a sleeve attached now, and it is neat, and it is not. I realized I just spent loads of time making sure that this looks neat. You won't see it. It's underneath the jacket, but I did that. Anime logic. Yeah, anime logic is the clothes just fall off. Hi, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We're trying to work out if there's a way that you could just lose all of your clothing suddenly, and like, I guess by accident, but like out of your control. Like how, if you were wearing like stripper outfit and then it got caught on something, because like they're the ones that you're meant to be able to like rip off all in one go, then maybe, like. But also, why would you come onto stream wearing, like, stripper outfit? They are meant to, like, come off. Dissolving clothes. Oh, yeah, actually, if you caught fire, well, I think that would be banned for another reason. But if you caught fire on stream, yeah, you probably, it depends, though, because you'd have to, like, catch fire wearing, like, 100% cotton clothing. Because, yeah, if it's like a polyester or something, which most clothing is these days at the moment, if it was a polyester or polyester mix, it'd actually just melt onto you. So, like, you wouldn't be naked, your clothes would, like, melt you. It'd be different. Yeah, you'd need, like, it to be very flammable so that it caught fire and didn't melt. Ah, dear, when you accidentally turn stream on. Oh, true. Actually, that's a very good point. Accidentally turning on the stream. I've accidentally streamed before, but it's because I've like gone to click record and I've clicked go live instead, because they're right next to each other on OBS. So I have accidentally gone live, but never to do anything like against TOS, just stupid stuff for the most part. Oh dear. Or would it also mean you'd be without skin? Eventually, if you left it on you, yes. Yes. But I guess you probably, if your clothing was on fire, your first response probably would be to take it off. If you could, I'd assume, right? Or roll. Is that against TOS? Yes. Any kind of self-injury is against TOS. That's why when I cut my hand sewing, I take the camera off that. Because showing, even if you don't do it on purpose, showing blood, showing gore, accidentally cutting yourself, that you have to take it off stream, because yeah, it is technically against TOS. Also, what's happening here, huh? Have you got a bit lost? Yeah, you got a bit lost and confused. If your clothing was on fire, you would be too. It's not armored. Yeah, true, but you'd probably, I'd assume, if it was like a polyester, because it would start melting, you would try to take it off as quickly as possible. Or at least in my logic, because I know that polyester melts, I would, if like for this, for instance, this is definitely polyester. If I caught fire wearing this, I would immediately take it off, because yeah, that would melt onto you and you'd get very bad burns. But yeah, it'd probably be take that off and then roll. Roll, and also yell. Yell a lot. I know, fire, you only lose time. You underestimate how quickly I can take my clothes off. I'm just gonna put it out there, like, I could take this off in a second. I'm not going to, because I'd be against TOS, and also I don't want to show you that. But you underestimate me. Weird that showing it to a video game is okay, but not in real life. It's the difference is like, you're allowed to show more in a video game because it's not real people getting hurt. Whereas, how to put it, there's an air of like, it's fake, but you can't show videos of it for the same reason. Like, you couldn't show a video of someone like cutting their hand sewing because it's a real person. But when it's not a real person, it's a little different, I suppose. And there are some games that are too gory for Twitch, but yeah, for the most part, if it's not real people, it's okay. Yeah. Oh really? Oh really? Yeah. You underestimate. No, don't do it, Shifty. Don't cave to the peer pressure that is chat. Don't do it, Shifty. I believe in you. You've got this. No, don't cave. Do it. No, Shifty, you're your own person. You don't have to cave to chat peer pressure. Oh dear. Ooh. We need it. Do you? What'll happen if you don't get it? Take a rifle, please. My son. Wait, are you proposing to? I thought you wanted a quote. Sorry. If this is a proposal, I'll take a seat back and like I'll just cheer you guys on. I'm sorry, I might have misunderstood the situation here. I thought you wanted a quote on the board. I didn't realize you were proposing to one of my mod teams. Oh dear. What's in it for me? I guess the benefits of marriage are something to do with like tax benefits. Oh, if you die, it's like a lot of stuff is automatically sorted out for you, so you don't have to worry about like having everything written up. Obviously it's still worth writing a will, but like it just makes it a little bit easier. Yeah. So if you want all of your stuff to go to Eoden, makes that a little bit easier. In some countries you can get like the citizenship, not or like kind of like you can go for the citizenship of their country. So because you guys live in different countries, there might be a benefit for both of you there. Ah, there you go. I see Shifty has said yes. Congratulations. Congratulations, you two. Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm doing it just because I thought it was funny. Okay, yeah, no, to be fair, I think if you say you're doing it for tax benefits, you might... that might be a problem anyway. Oh, dear. I don't think you're allowed to blatantly say that you're doing stuff for tax benefits a lot of the time, even if it's true. You have to be secretive about that. No, I'm definitely not doing it for tax benefits. I'm doing it for something else. You'll be officially French and oh yeah, it's not very long, is it? It's like just a few years. Oh, dude, that was the one thing that I kind of was like up in the air about with getting, because I was an American citizen, so if anyone married me, they could get the citizenship for America, which I know a lot of people want. The one thing about getting rid of it was like that I can't use my citizenship to get someone into America. Well, I was like, that'd be kind of fun though. Quickly marry someone, and that way if they want to like long-term live in America, you're welcome. We can just divorce in like 3 years. But yeah, I decided at that point I was in kind of a committed relationship, so it was probably not the best time to go off and marry someone else for their benefit. But yeah, a lot of people do though. There's like a whole thing of people who were like me, who have American like dual citizenship, being paid to marry people to help them get citizenship to another country. It's a whole thing. It's definitely not legal, but it's a whole thing. They do proper background checks these days, though, to make sure that that you've been dating for a while before you've got married and all of that, to make sure that no one is doing basically what I said that people do, which is like, you know, getting married just so people can go to another country. Yeah. You have to prove that you're in a loving relationship. Oh dear. I actually suggested to American friends to come to France to marry. Yeah, I've done the same thing where it's like, listen, if you need a quick citizenship, well, just quickly marry me. You'll have it in a few years, and then we'll get a divorce. Alright? Sorted. Easy. But, yeah, no, obviously that's not something that I've actually done, because I got rid of my American citizenship, so that is no longer a path for making an easy buck that I have anymore. I got rid of my easy money. Oh, sad times, but it was worth it. I call it marriage block. Oh dear, I do feel like if you're gonna force a citizenship on me that I didn't even want, at least let me use it how I like, you know, but it is definitely not a legal thing to do, that's for sure. They don't like people doing it, and that's why they do more background checks these days. Oh dear. Where is... Where am I? I've gotten lost again. Oh god, this is just a day of me getting lost over. Where am I? What am I doing? I'm gonna have some tea. I've lost myself. Oh dear. This is a thing that I've got into a habit of doing that I need to stop doing. I've started making my sentence shorter because I'm getting very lazy with my words, where I'm just like, my words, I just don't want to use that many of them at the moment, so I'm using less and less words. But this has turned into me shortening some stuff too much. So someone, I think it was Shiny, had made tea for me and the builders last weekend or the weekend before, and instead of the normal question of which tea is mine, I turned to Shiny and I went, who am I? Which Shiny looked at me in front of all the builders like, do you mean which cup do you have? Yeah, which cup do I have? Who am I? Like I've absolutely lost it. God. I'm just getting very lazy. There are days where I just don't want to talk. I want to be chatty, but I don't want to say words, so... Honestly, this would be where I'd be good. Who am I? I'm a Captain Jack Sparrow. Wait, is that a quote? You're on the internet. Hello. Is making a costume again. Oh dear, although this one is, listen, I'm complaining a lot. It's actually going quite well. We're already 3 days in, and we've already got kind of nearly the base of the jacket done. I need to add a couple more bits, but it's getting there. And it's lined, and it's pretty. And we nearly finished the shirt. So what was that? Oh, it's my sequins. Oh, we want those. Those are important. Please don't knock off the stuff that I like. Thank you, thank you. Mine? Mine? Yeah, just mine? Shonadata. Me? Oh dear, I've also been doing a lot of vocal exercises around the house these days. So like, if you were to like listen to our house from the outside in the mornings, all you'd hear is bree, bree, bree. Because I'm trying to get it so that I'm not coughing as much before streams. So first thing in the morning, I just go around the house going bree, 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 bree. And it seems to help me get all of my coughing out relatively early. I did look up some, and some of them worked better for me than others did, which I guess makes sense. Like, obviously everyone's different, and the reason people have like morning coughs is quite different as well. So everyone's a bit different there. But this one's been working really well for me. Just bree, bree, bree. Oh dear. I think the neighbor's Speedy! Oh my god, it's been pissing off Shiny, to be fair, because poor Shiny comes down first thing in the morning and I'm just there like, bree, bree, bree. It's like, oh, for God's sake, not again. There she goes again. What's she doing? Doing vocal exercises. Oh dear. But it's been working. It's been working. Listen, I don't think that this week I have coughed as much on stream as I have been recently. And like, obviously, if you disagree, you're welcome to. But I think generally my coughing this week, considering as well that the room is really, really dusty, and it's dusty enough to be giving me nosebleeds, so it's like pretty bad with the fabric that's in it right now. But I don't think that I've been coughing more, for sure. I think I've been coughing less. So it might sound a bit stupid, but if it's working, I'll keep waking up in the morning and going, bree. Heck yeah. Oh dear. So I'm just unpicking the end of this because it's just a little bit, I don't know how to put it. It's a bit chonky. It's a little bit chonky and I don't like it. So I'm gonna just take that off. You won't see it anyway because it's gonna get sewn in here. So it's just for the neatness. Yes, for neatness. For neatness. Yeah. Oh, I love this song. Oh, I love this one. This one always gets me. So nice. But damn it, Undertale Delta Room music soundtrack for being so goddamn good. Is that... Is this wrong? Is this right? Could be wrong. Could be right. Is that this whole lyrics to that song? I feel like that's the whole lyrics to that song. I think that needs to be just a little bit more like that. Once again, I'm concentrating on a bit you won't see. You won't see. Trying to do a long jump. Bree! And you could just also eat brie. Yeah, I'm waiting for the time we next go to a supermarket so someone can ask me what cheese I want, and I can just turn to them and be like, brie! And they look at me like I'm crazy because, like, why are you yelling brie in the middle of the supermarket? But I have been practicing. I'm gonna get really good at saying. I'm getting really good at rolling my brrr, whatever that is. Whatever the brrr noise is, I'm getting very good at it. I think that's R. Am I rolling an R? I think that's rolling an R. Brrr. Yeah, sounds like an R. I'm getting very good at rolling my R's. Should I attack this first? Yeah, you know what? Should we make my life just a little bit easier? I've got the time. Do I sound like a pigeon? Oi. Oi, 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 oi. I am not a pigeon. I'm a jelly. Oh dear. I guess because they make the cooing noises, don't they? Which is kind of like that. I'm getting very good at it. Oh dear. But yeah, I have been doing, because we were having like such a rough time like a couple months ago with my voice just going every single stream. It was like, this is getting a bit silly. You know, I can't help the fact that I have long COVID, but I can probably do some warm-up exercises in the morning so that it's not quite so bad. And 10 out of 10. Do not regret. It has been making it. I still cough. I still cough at streams. I still have little coughing fits every now and again. But like, comparatively to where it was like a month ago, it's better. I do also think hopefully I am just getting better as well. So we'll see on that one. It's one of those things, you don't want to get your hopes up too high, but I think I'm getting better. I think. But it's taken a while. I had COVID 5 months ago. 5 months ago, and I still have a COVID cough. God, it's been a while. Then I have weak lungs anyway, so I am someone who is always more susceptible to having nasty symptoms. Better than being turned into a newt. I like newts. I'm a fan of newts. They're very cute. I loved it when like, it would be like springtime and you'd be like moving the plant pots around because you were going to plant some new stuff, and there'd be like little newts behind the plant pots. They're very cute. And you'd only see them for like a second because they move really, really quick. But they're so cute. They're so cute. They're tiny, tiny little newts. Oh dear. But I would feel like I'd only see them at like that time of year. Like, very, very briefly around. Probably if I'd moved the flower pots more often, I'd probably see them more often, I guess. Why am I spending so long on this arm? You don't see it. You really don't. They don't even need to be attached to each other, honestly. I could have just cut it out and put it on the inside of the jacket. I decided not to. I decided to properly layer it. I do like a nice layered costume in the middle of July. I do like a nice layered costume. Then again, if I can get some funds together, I am considering maybe saving for a convention at the end of the year. Maybe. Nate! Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well, Tater. Is a newt the same as a salamander? I don't know. If anyone has access to Google, they can check that for you. I'm not sure. I've always called them newts, but maybe they are the same. Oh dear. Wah. And what? Come on, needle. I just want to tie it off here quickly and get some more thread. I didn't get very far, but that's okay. Oh dear. Slow, welcome on in. I wore full helmet and hoodie and God. Oh, that's... I've been there with you, but it feels gross, right? It feels gross. Oh dear. Also, you rolled your R's, making the a voice. Also my chair has shrunk. Excuse me. Here we go. I thought I was looking a bit short in my couch. I was like, oh my god, my chair's gone down again. Dear, you like layers? Yeah, I always do really layered costumes, and I'm not sure. It's just a personal preference, I suppose, and that the elements of the costume make sense. But yeah, it's a pain when it comes to like most conventions in the UK being in the summer, because I'm always wearing like 5 layers because I wanted it to be like, you know, an accurate depiction of the costume, where, you know, they would, for accuracy's sake, have many layers, but it's just not appropriate. But there is a convention in November, which is a bit later in the year, so a bit, you know, colder. I would maybe consider wearing this costume there, but the thing is, it's expensive, so it's like, we're gonna see if we have a car by that point, because if we have a car, that makes it a lot cheaper, because we can just drive there rather than having to rely on trains or buses. Or I think in this case it would just have to be a train, or a few trains, not one train. That'd be great. Oh my god, if there was just one train. No, a few trains, which means it'll be very, very expensive. For me, quick number. When I go and visit my family by train, which is how I have to visit them, like that's the only way. For me and Shiny to go, it costs 100 quid every single time to visit my family, and like that kind of stuff adds up. And the trains I feel like are just getting a bit ridiculous, because it's not that long. I'm only traveling for 2 hours, maybe like a little bit longer at the moment because the train's a bit funky, but like it's not a ridiculously long journey. Like by car, we found out that for petrol it would cost about £10. So if we had a car, I'd probably consider going to conventions later in the year, because it really does, and it would be even more expensive to go to this convention for us. But yeah, so it's like, it really it's very limiting if there isn't a bus. If there's a bus, it's not too bad. Like they do like the coaches, the long coaches, like Megabus and all that kind of stuff. They're a lot more worth it, at least to me, because I can get there for like 20 quid all the way to London. Going all the way to London on a train, I haven't checked what that would be recently, because there's been no reason for me to go to London, but I imagine it's very expensive. Dear. Looks like a new, it's a type of salamander. Who knew? Not me. Thank you for the heck of knowledge this morning. Queen Eye, good morning. Dear, I've started to use the train again to attend work placement. Look into rail cars. I made my money back from just, oh god, okay. Yeah, you're probably not wrong. In fact, actually as well, since I'm doing a little better recently, it's probably a good time to look into it, because before I was too sick to travel for a long time. So it's like, you know, I would maybe travel once a year with assistance, and it's like, it's probably not worth it at that point. But since I'm doing a little better at the moment, yeah, actually, do you want another little nugget of good news? So I've recently started a new treatment for migraines, and it's working. I've only had like 2 migraines this week, which still sounds like a lot, I'm sure, but comparatively to like 7 days a week, that's crazy. I'm trying not to get my hopes up too high right now, because obviously it's been 7 years. 7 years of having like a migraine nearly every single day. And it's like, I don't want to get my hopes up too high and have them dashed. And I will have to do this treatment for a while, and it's not maybe the nicest treatment in the world, but it's actually been working. I got quite emotional talking about it over the phone with someone the other day, because it was like, I'm actually like, I wake up sometimes and I feel like not ill for the first, like it's been such a long time that like waking up and not having those symptoms is like, it's very different. It's been very different to what my life has been like. You had migraines all your life, you feel me? Yeah. So I didn't, and I thought I'd skipped it because most people in my family have migraines, to be honest. I think nearly every single member of my family suffers with some type of migraine, but I didn't have them as a teenager. So I figured I'd skipped it, and then I started getting them when I was 19, 20-ish. I actually had an incident where we thought I'd had a stroke, and I collapsed on the side of the road because I felt really sick, and then I lost my ability to talk, and then I collapsed. And it was like, I had like everything that you would expect from a stroke is what it looked like. And so I was rushed to A&E, and then since then I started getting migraines, and they'd be like every month, maybe a couple months, like not very often. And over time they slowly built up to this until I was having them every single day, and it was just non-stop. And I was very lucky, because a lot of my first interactions, a lot of the symptoms I was having were quite concerning outside of migraine. I was sent straight to a neurologist. So I skipped the GP stage and went straight to see a specialist. And they diagnosed me within 2 weeks of me going to the doctors for the first time. I was very, very quick, which is not the experience that everyone has. A lot of people have to wait a lot longer than that. So I was, in many ways, because some of my symptoms presented so concerningly, I was very, very lucky because I had a diagnosis very, very quickly. And even with that quick diagnosis, I have still taken 7 years to find something that works for me. And again, like, that's 7 years from diagnosis, not 7 years from the first migraine. But it's pretty close, to be fair. It's such a slow slog to get through every single medication and trial everything. It's awful. Even if I recover from migraines, I will, I think, probably end up like pushing for better migraine treatments and more awareness of what a chronic migraine sufferer looks like and what support they need, because it took 7 years from my life. Quite confidently can I say I have not lived a normal adult life. I've had to have a carer the majority of my adult life. I can't leave the house the majority of my adult life. And as much as there's lots of things that I've enjoyed, and it's, you know, I've really loved doing my cosplay, and there's been like a lot of silver linings, it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be 7 years waiting to find something that works for you. The amount of support in the UK for people that suffer with migraines is just, it's not any one company's fault. It's a stigma thing, and it's just not there. And it means that it's very difficult for people like myself to receive any kind of benefit. Even though I had it, you know, again, diagnosed very, very early, my migraines were to a level where I was fully disabled. And I had that from a neurologist. It's not something I asked for. That's what I've had. I've been on my notes from my doctor that I am disabled because of migraine for, like, again, 7 years pretty much. I can't get benefits for it. I can't get assistance. I can't work, but I can't get assistance. Without my family and Shiny and the people that I've got in my support system, I don't know how I would have got through the last 7 years. Because even outside of all of the physical and mental health struggles that come along with migraines, financially, I wouldn't have been able to make it. Like, I have to rely on other people all the time because there is literally so few benefits that I can... The benefits that I can access are not enough to actually live on, if that makes sense. And it's awful. Like, the support systems in place for people with migraines in the UK are terrible. Yeah, I was gonna say, having like akin to a stroke and then increasing migraines is quite concerning. Yeah, so I didn't have a stroke. We never quite worked out what it was, but like talking to people, it was more likely to have been a seizure, which is stuff that it's like we've had looked into before and can be very adjacent with migraine. So it's like, again, the symptoms were very similar, and I always assumed that they would look a certain way, but then they've not. But yeah, it's not what we thought it was, which is good because I'm glad I didn't have a stroke at 19. Can you? Oh my god, that would turn your life around in a completely other way. So I'm very, very glad that wasn't the case. But yeah, it was still it was very concerning. But yeah, it was quite a stressful time in my life, so it wouldn't be a unusual time to, I guess, have more intense symptoms like that. It's just horrible. Yeah, it's awful. The way that the UK treats, and I'm sure it's not just the UK, I'm sure there are a lot of other countries that are the same. Migraine is is it the third leading cause of disability and days off work in the world? And yet people still don't think that it's that bad. And also, you tell people that there are people like me who have migraines every single day. They're not caused by stress. There's literally, they do have triggers, but there's very little you can do to actually stop them. It's pretty much constant, and people don't believe that that can be the case. And I mean, even people in my life, until they see someone who has it, and they see it every day, like, that's real? People can have migraines every single day? Oh yeah. And it's a lot more common than you think. It's just a very secretive illness. The problem with migraines is you're vomiting, you're in agony, you can't see, you can't move around. So the likelihood is most people with chronic migraines are in the house pretty much all the time, similar to me. So how are you going to discover an illness like that, which affects such a large percentage of the population, when we can't go outside? Like, we're very sun adverse. I don't know if you've noticed. The sun is not our friend. So yeah, it's not... You don't meet people with chronic migraine. Also, Theatre, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. But it's not because it's that rare. It's because it's very difficult to meet people with chronic migraine when we are stuck in bed so often, or stuck in the house so often, that leaving the house is very difficult. And yeah, I've also been in a lucky position where some of the topical painkillers that they give out actually have worked for me. Whereas a lot of people will find they don't work at all, and they'll have no relief while trying to find something that stops them. So I've actually had a very fortunate run of it. And when you lay out what it's been like, what my journey's been, I don't think that should be a best case scenario. Like, the best case scenario of having a quick diagnosis and having some of the topical painkillers work for me meant that instead of having 7 migraines a week, I'd have 5, because you can only take them twice a week. They're very addictive. And yeah, that's the best case scenario. It takes 7 years to find a medication that worked for me. 7 years, and that's normal? That's like very normal. And I don't know, I just feel really bad for anyone who's had a recent diagnosis of chronic migraine. Seeing someone like me, who's a best case scenario, takes 7 years before they can start doing stuff on their own. Like, that's such a long time. What I will say is certain things haven't got better. There are now a few migraine-specific medications that are available in the UK. They are not widely available outside of the UK and the US, but they are getting there. And they have a much higher percentage rate of fixing migraines. They are actually the ones that I'm taking. The downside, if you live in any country where you don't have like, you have to pay for your own healthcare, these injections that I am taking cost about £400 per injection. And if you stop taking them, you'll have to start again. So you have to put the money aside for at least, it's £800 the first time and then £400 every month after that, which most people can't afford, especially if you have chronic migraines and you can't work. It's very expensive, very, very expensive. My migraines are basically my brain having a seizure and everything firing off, which makes sense because I show so I have hemiplegic migraines as well, which is when you can see it nearly all the time on me these days. My face slumps. I almost always have a face slump, and it gets, sometimes it's a lot worse than others, and there's definitely some expressions I make where it's worse than others, but it has its ups and downs, but I'll have the one side go. It's not awful, but it's like, again, even if I felt well, I'd feel awkward going out in public like that because it does look like I'm having a stroke. I'm gonna be honest, if you're house-ridden for your migraines, is that really the best case scenario? So I'm considered, because I had a quick diagnosis, because you have to bear in mind a lot of people have to wait a little longer for that. I had a quick diagnosis, I had access to every medication along the way, that I had some of the first access to this new medication that they're trying, well, they're not trialing in the UK anymore, they have it in the UK now, that I am considered a good, like, this is the best case. I could trial everything. I only had like a bad reaction to one medication, and the painkillers worked for me. Only twice a week, but they worked. A lot of people they don't work for. So it shouldn't be that's a best case scenario. Like, it shouldn't be for someone with chronic migraine. Again, just to clarify, this is just a language thing, I suppose. Intermittent migraines, you have migraine symptoms less than 16 days a month. Chronic migraines, you have migraines more than 16 days a month. The thing is, most people I know with chronic migraines have symptoms every single day. Even though you only have to hit 16 days a month, I don't think I've met anyone who's been on the border. It's been people who have them a few days a month, or who have them every single day. It feels like that middle ground doesn't really exist for most people, unless you are on an upwards trajectory to having more migraines, unfortunately. So if you don't have free healthcare, you're screwed. Yeah, unless you can afford £400 a month. And this is like, bear in mind, I'm saying in pound. So in dollars, I think it must be like $500-ish, maybe 500 and something dollars. I went to see a new doc and I had migraines every day, and she lost her mind at the fort. I tried telling her I'm dealing with it in my own way and trying not to focus, but she wouldn't get off it. Yeah, it's difficult for people to imagine. And like, it would have been hard for me to imagine. And that's why it's such a weird feeling now, like when I'm waking up and not having them. And I wake up in the morning not feeling like I'm going to vomit first thing, which it's been years since I've been able to wake up without feeling like I'm going to throw up. And or feeling like, I can't see. The amount of times I've opened my eyes and not been able to see the wall in front of me is like, just normal. It's just normal that I wake up sometimes and I'm blind. Oh dear. Techno, welcome on in. I will be ending soon actually, because I was going to end before lunchtime because I'm traveling. I'm going to see my family. That being said, we've made a shirt. I've only tacked in one side, so I'm a bit hesitant to try it on, but what I'll do is, before I leave the house this morning, I'll take a picture of the work we've done on the mannequin so that you can see it all together, because then I don't have to worry about ruining my tacking. Yeah, I had my literally at all times. Yeah, it's like, you either have intermittent, which, here's the thing, I'm not going to sit here and be like one is worse than the other, because they both present completely different issues. Even though they're both called migraine, it's very misleading, because the symptoms you'll have for chronic migraine and intermittent migraine are actually quite different a lot of the time. Intermittent migraines hit you out of the blue. You could be driving somewhere and have to pull over and have someone come rescue you. You don't really get that so much with chronic migraine because the likelihood of you getting in a car is pretty low. It's different things, right? And like they're both difficult to deal with in their own ways. And I don't like the idea of being like one is worse than the other. I think they affect your life in very different ways. Again, it's a shame. They're both called chronic migraine, but they're not really comparable. No, so they're both called migraine, but chronic migraine and intermittent migraine are not really comparable because they are so different. So yeah, and even if you have one, I stand by, you have one migraine in your life, it will suck. And you still deserve the same level of support as someone who has more common migraines. You deserve to have the day off work. You deserve, if you've been in education, you've had to take a day off, you deserve to have that information fed to you at a later date so that you don't miss out because of that one migraine. And you deserve access to the painkillers that can help you. If you are someone who has even one migraine a year, you don't have to have it. You deserve access to that painkiller that you take once a year that stops you getting it. Yeah, and they are getting better. They are getting better at it. Ah, dear. Your new treatment where you have to take them forever. It will be a one where we'll take a trial off it. If my migraines start coming back, I'll go back on again. But eventually, I should be able to stop it forever. It's just everyone's a little different, and so for some people it takes a little bit longer than others. But eventually, it should be one that I'm not on forever. Most people, at like 6 months, they might have their first trial of being off of it. And then for some people, that'll be it. But a lot of people then go back on and have another trial at a year and then come off it and then see how it goes. But yeah, so you kind of go on and off it until when you come off it, the symptoms don't come back, which could be the first trial, it could be the 5th trial, but hopefully at some point, yes. But it does mean it will be more expensive for some people than others because it depends how long it takes to work for you. And that's nothing to do with the severity of the migraines or anything like that. It's just your body in particular, how long does it take? And there are some people that this won't work for as well. Yeah. I'm gonna think of, they're getting there. I am very early, so I'm still having migraines. I'm at the stage right now where I'm not experiencing migraine pain as often, but I'm experiencing the rest of the symptoms about the same. It's a very weird feeling because I will not necessarily always realize that I'm having a migraine because I'm very used to having those symptoms every single day. So like the other day, I thought I was doing pretty well, and then I was like, I'm gonna throw up right now because I was having a migraine and I didn't realize. Normally the pain is a pretty big indicator for me that I'm having one. Whereas, yeah, because I'm not having that pain nearly as much or as often, which is really good, I'm having to get used to the other symptoms and dealing with those more individually. But I'm hoping that those will get better as well, because it is a bit of a problem if I like spontaneously vomit. Like, that's not ideal, and I don't want to be doing that either. Like, I was on the phone with my mum the other day and she was like, you doing all right? I was like, no, I think I'm gonna go be ill, sorry. And like, I could talk to her because I wasn't in pain and I wasn't like having that many issues, but then it was like, actually no, I'm definitely having a migraine right now, excuse me, I must go. So I'm still having like a lot of migraines, it's just the symptoms are a lot, they're slowly, the pain especially has been going away, which is really, really good. So yes, it's good stuff. I have bad headaches daily in school. Doctor said it can't be migraines because I had them too often. I mean, probably wasn't migraines, more psychosomatic stuff, but still that logic. The thing is, what I recommend for people to do, and this is actually not my recommendation, so I've been to migraine meets. Migraine meets is when they get a lot of people who have chronic migraine or intermittent migraine regularly enough where it's heavily affecting their education or work life. So, you know, a lot of people there had chronic migraine. They also do cluster headaches as well for the same reason. And you talk to neurologists who specialize in headache. And one of the big pieces of information that we'll really rammed into our heads over and over again is when you go to the doctor, don't tell them you think you're having migraines because they'll stop there. Go in and say, I'm having this symptom, this symptom, this symptom, this symptom, this regularly, this affects me like this, I'm struggling with this. Make a whole list before you go to the doctor and basically just present it to them. The reason is a lot of things look the same as migraines. Also, I'm not saying that, by the way, Alice, that yours aren't migraines, they very well could be, but a lot of things present as migraines. So when you go in and say, I'm having migraines, they might treat you for migraines or they might not. But if you go in and say, I'm having a face slump, I'm having a difficulty around certain smells, I'm finding that my vision is disappearing and then coming back. In my case, I was having so many auras that I was nearly having an aura 24/7. So my vision was just awful all the time. Unfortunately, a lot of more dangerous things basically disguise themselves as migraines. So when you look at the symptoms, for instance, for a brain tumor versus a migraine, they're basically the same. and like, especially early on, the symptoms are basically exactly the same. So if you are experiencing consistent head pain, you need to go in and tell them all your symptoms. It's not that I don't, it sounds bad because like, it's not that I don't believe you and that you could have migraine or you could be having this or you could be having that. And again, this isn't you specifically, Alice, this is just everyone in general. It's just that it might not be migraine, it might be a brain tumor. It might not be migraine, it might be something else that's very, very dangerous. And it's better to know. Like, I think there's a big emphasis on self-diagnosis these days, and in a lot of things I do agree that self-diagnosis is a very valid tool, but for chronic migraine in particular, no. Because you might, not that you're not in pain and not that I don't believe you, but you might have a brain tumor. And so does Lyme disease have migraine as symptoms? A lot of things have migraine as a symptom. Diabetes has migraine as a symptom. I've actually been tested for diabetes multiple times because my migraine symptoms and the triggers line up so well with diabetes. And so I've been tested multiple times just to make sure that that couldn't potentially be influencing my migraines. It was one of the first tests I had done. Was I went in and I told them the things that were triggering my migraines, and they immediately tested me for diabetes. They were like, it's lining up a bit too well. And yeah, I don't, thankfully. I'm very glad that I don't have diabetes, but I was tested for that near immediately. So I wouldn't be surprised if there were other conditions that could also cause migraines. Yeah, I always jump to brain tumors because I know someone who had a brain tumor and they had the same symptoms that I had. And yeah, it was like 1-to-1. We were exactly the same. And I was lucky that I had chronic migraines and he wasn't. He had a brain tumor. And yeah, I always use that as the example because like we were the same age, we presented exactly the same way, and we had entirely different symptoms. Entirely different diagnoses. And obviously I don't want to say that having a chronic migraine is ever lucky, but comparatively, it's lucky. Also, oh my god, Legacy, welcome on in. We're actually, I'm so sorry, we're actually about to end stream in a minute because I can only do a short one, but I hope you're doing well. Thank you for shouting them out. What were you doing today? I can show you what we were doing. I just have to be very, very careful. So we've only tacked this into position right now, but we made a base for a black shirt. No, I'm sorry. I'm traveling. I'm gonna go catch a train in a bit, so I have to be I'm a little time conscious so I can have some lunch. Sorry, it's meant to be against my skin, not on top of another thing like this, but this is eventually gonna be my shirt. Heck yeah, for underneath. And then we've also got this one, which has pins in it right now, so I'm not gonna try it on, but this is the shirt that goes over the top of this shirt. We're getting there. Oh, I did unlock. Oh, you're back from dinner. Jason, I'm about to run away. But Bunny, welcome on in. Lexi, welcome on. Before we do go, how was your stream? And did you have a good one? I hope you had a good heckin' stream. I get cluster headaches, so I'll start behind my eye, through the side of my head and my shoulder, and sometimes my arm, and it gets incredibly sore. Yeah, I am actually very similar, but I get the back of my neck. It doesn't go beyond the back of my neck. Back of my neck, over the ear, and around the eye. That's why if you get Botox therapy for migraines, those are the areas that they target. It'll be like here, here, here on both sides, because those are like the areas they want you to. I think actually you can have Botox therapy for cluster headaches as well. But yeah, it's like the areas where you want to destroy the nerves, so there's no pain anymore. Oh dear, making a rainbow dress for Pride! Oh my god, Lexi, did you see? Okay, Eurovision. Did you see in the first semi-finals, I can't remember her name, but one of the presenters' dresses in the first semi-finals had the most beautiful rainbow dress meeting in the middle. It was gorgeous. Also, thank you so much for the follow. It's very kind of you. They had a more oily kind of rainbow dress in the finals, but I think their first semi-final dress was probably one of my favorites. It was just this it looked like a rainbow scarf that had been like beautifully gathered and stuff. Oh, stunning. It was really, really pretty. Oh dear, right, I'm gonna take this off again because it is a bit toasty in this room with two shirts on. I don't need that. Otherwise, would you be alright You did watch the first episode. Do you remember? Okay, yeah, she was stood next to. So you had the presenter that could speak French and the Ukrainian presenter were with each other a lot. And the Ukrainian presenter had like a leather dress with flames at the bottom, and then the presenter that could speak French had the rainbow dress. They looked so good next to each other. It was very fun. Otherwise, we are making the cosplay that you can see here. But we've only just started. This is day 3, so we're doing pretty well. But I'm going to be going away for the weekend, so I now won't be back till Tuesday. Otherwise, though, are you okay with joining us for a double raid, a raid doubly exciting raid? Oh dear. Heck yeah, let me find someone and we'll send you to another person. It's a good opportunity to meet somebody else. Let's have a look-see at who is live. Not too many people actually right now, but we could send you on over to Kells. Kells is always a really sweet bean streamer, and they're making a fish hat. And like, honestly, what is not to like about a fish hat? So let's raid into Kells making their fish hat. I will also shout them out in case you get left behind. If you get left behind, you can use that link there. Otherwise, if you already have a raid call, keep that raid call. Otherwise, and if you don't have a raid call yet, you can grab one of mine. Again, thank you so much for the raid. I'm sorry that it was right at the end of stream. I gotta go catch a train. There's a train with my name on it. And yes, you're right, I'm very swole. I can't catch it with my muscles. Otherwise, have a lovely weekend, everyone. I'll be back on Tuesday. On Tuesday, I'm planning to do cosplay in the morning, and then we'll actually go into the game and just do some scouting for the character in the afternoon, just because I feel like there's some details I'd like a little bit of clarification on. So I'll be doing that. And yeah, have a lovely weekend. Grab raid call. Let's go send some love to Kells. They've literally just started. There we go. And blip, 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 blip.